Everyone has goals. Some want financial freedom. Some want better health. Some want stronger relationships. Some simply want a better future. But here's the question. Why do so many goals never become reality? It isn't because people lack dreams. It isn't because they lack intelligence. It isn't because success is reserved for a lucky few. The truth is much simpler. Most people stop long before success has a chance to arrive. They begin with excitement, but they fail to continue with discipline. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. A goal without action is only a wish. A goal without discipline is only an idea. A goal without consistency will never become an achievement. Think about a builder before a beautiful house appears. One brick is laid, then another, then another. No one builds the entire house in a single day. Life works the same way. Every meaningful goal is built one action at a time, one decision at a time, one disciplined day at a time. Now understand something important. Goals are not meant to be easy. They are meant to stretch you, to challenge you, to transform you. Because the purpose of a goal is not only to reach a destination, it is to become someone stronger along the journey. Many people focus only on the finish line, but successful people focus on today's work. They ask, what can I do today? What step can I take now? Because they know tomorrow is created by today's decisions. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. There will be days when you feel motivated, and there will be days when you don't. The people who achieve their goals are not those who always feel inspired. They are the people who keep moving when inspiration disappears. They understand that feelings come and go, but commitment remains. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting until everything feels right. The perfect time rarely arrives. Your future begins the moment you decide to act. We're going to discover how to actually achieve your goals, how to turn dreams into daily action, how to stay committed when progress feels slow, and how to build the discipline that makes success inevitable, because your goals are possible. But they demand something from you, not more wishing, not more talking, more action, more discipline, more consistency. Set the goal, do the work, trust the process, because the life you dream about is built one disciplined day at a time. Now listen carefully. Every great achievement begins with one simple thing: clarity. Think about that. You cannot arrive at a destination you have never chosen, yet that is how many people live. They work hard. They stay busy. They keep moving, but they have no clear direction. And being busy is not the same as making progress. Now hear this carefully. The greatest tragedy is not failing. It is spending your life climbing the wrong mountain. Success begins the moment you become clear about what you truly want, not what other people expect, not what society tells you, not what looks impressive, but what truly matters to you. Now let me ask you something. If I asked you, what do you want your life to look like 5 years from now? Could you answer without hesitation? Most people can't. Not because they lack ability, but because they have never taken the time to think, really think. Successful people do something different. They pause. They reflect. They ask themselves, what kind of person do I want to become? What kind of life do I want to build? Those questions change everything. Now listen, a vague goal creates vague results. Saying, I want to be successful is not enough. Successful at what? By when? Why does it matter? The clearer your goal, the clearer your path. Think about a ship. No matter how powerful the engine, without a destination, it simply drifts. The ocean decides where it goes. Life is the same. Without clear goals, circumstances begin making decisions for you. Other people's priorities become your priorities. Other people's expectations become your limits. That is not the way to live. Now hear this. Write your goals down. There is power in putting your dreams on paper. A goal in your mind can be forgotten. A written goal becomes a commitment. It reminds you who you're becoming every single day. Now understand this. Don't write goals just because they sound impressive. Write goals that make you come alive. Goals that challenge you. Goals that require growth. Goals that give you a reason to get out of bed, even on difficult mornings. Because when the reason is strong, the effort becomes meaningful. Now think about this. Your goals should inspire you, not intimidate you. They should stretch your abilities, not steal your hope. A good goal says, you can become more, not, you'll never be enough. There is a difference. Now listen closely. Many people spend more time planning a vacation than planning their future. Think about that. They know exactly where they'll be next weekend, but they have no idea where they want to be 5 years from now. That is why they drift. Without direction, life pulls you in every direction. With direction, you begin to lead your life instead of reacting to it. Now hear this carefully. Don't compare your goals to someone else's journey. Your purpose is unique. Your gifts are unique. Your path will be unique too. Don't chase another person's definition of success. Create your own. Live your own. Build your own. Because true success is not becoming someone else. It is becoming the highest version of yourself. Now remember, goals are not magic. Writing them down will not change your life overnight, but they will change the way you think, the way you choose, the way you spend your time, and those daily choices eventually become your future. Now let me leave you with this thought. Every morning, before the world tells you what it wants from you, remind yourself what you want from life. Read your goals. See them clearly. Believe in them deeply. Then ask one simple question. What is one thing I can do today that moves me closer? Do that. Then do it again tomorrow. And the day after that, because great lives are not built by giant leaps. They are built by clear direction and faithful daily action. So take the time to think. Take the time to decide. Take the time to write it down. Because the moment you become clear about what you really want, you stop wandering. You start building. And that is the first step to actually achieving your goals. Now listen carefully. A goal by itself will not change your life. Think about that. A goal is important, but a goal is only the destination. It is not the journey. The journey is built through action. Daily action, consistent action, disciplined action. That is where success begins. Now hear this carefully. Many people love to set goals. Very few people love the daily work those goals require. Everyone wants the harvest. Few are willing to plant the seeds. Everyone wants success. Few are willing to earn it one day at a time. That is the difference. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Now think about a staircase. You don't reach the top by wishing. You don't get there by talking about climbing. You reach it one step at a time. Your goals work the same way. One phone call, one workout, one chapter, one lesson, 1 hour of focused work. Small actions, repeated daily, become extraordinary results. Now let me ask you something. What is your biggest goal today? Now ask yourself another question. What can I do before this day ends to move one step closer not 10 steps, just one. Because one step taken consistently will always beat 100 intentions. Now listen, people often overestimate what they can do in one day and underestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year. Why? Because they ignore the power of consistency. Think about water. One drop seems insignificant, but drop after drop, it can shape stone, not through force, through persistence. Your daily actions work exactly the same way. Now hear this. Don't wait until you have more time. Don't wait until everything feels perfect. Don't wait until motivation arrives. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can, because progress always begins with the first step. Now understand this. A successful day is not a perfect day. It is a day where you kept your promise to yourself. Maybe you only read 10 pages. Read them anyway. Maybe you only exercised for 20 minutes. Do it anyway. Maybe you only improved by 1%. That 1% matters, because 1% every day changes everything. Now listen closely. Discipline is built in the small moments. The alarm rings. You get up. The book is waiting. You read. The work feels difficult. You continue. Nobody applauds. Nobody notices. But you know, you kept your word. That is how confidence grows. Not by talking, by doing. Now think about a farmer. He doesn't plant seeds today and expect fruit tomorrow. He plants. He waters. He waits. He trusts the process every single day. Eventually, the harvest comes. Life follows the same law. You cannot rush growth, but you can remain faithful to the process. Now hear this carefully. Big goals should never intimidate you. Break them down. Turn one mountain into many small hills. Instead of saying, I must change my entire life, say, I will improve today. Instead of saying, I have to become successful, say, I will complete today's work. That changes everything, because today's work is within your control. Tomorrow is not. Now remember, every action is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline, you vote for success. When you choose learning, you vote for wisdom. When you choose consistency, you vote for a better future. Those votes add up day after day, month after month, year after year, until one day people call you successful. But what they don't see is that success was built in ordinary days, ordinary mornings, ordinary decisions, repeated faithfully. Don't become obsessed with the finish line. Become committed to today's assignment. Do today's work. Honor today's commitment. Win today's battle. Then wake up tomorrow and do it again. Because goals are never achieved in one giant leap. They are achieved one disciplined action at a time. So write the goal, create the plan, take the first step, then the next, and never underestimate the extraordinary power of ordinary daily action. Now listen carefully. A goal without a deadline is only a dream. Think about that. You can say, one day I'll start, one day I'll change, one day I'll become successful. But one day has a strange habit. It never arrives. Now, hear this carefully. Time is life's greatest gift, but it is also life's greatest test. Every day, you receive 24 hours. No more, no less. The question is, what will you do with them? Successful people respect time. They don't spend it carelessly. They invest it wisely. because they understand lost money can be earned again. Lost opportunities can sometimes return, but lost time never comes back. Now, think about this. Imagine taking a journey without knowing when you want to arrive. You would stop often. You would get distracted. You would lose focus. But when there is a clear deadline, everything changes. Your attention becomes sharper. Your priorities become clearer. Your actions become intentional. That is the power of a deadline. Now listen, don't be afraid to put a date on your goal. Choose a day, choose a month, choose a year. Give your dream a destination, because when your mind knows there is a finish line, it begins to work differently. You stop delaying. You stop drifting. You begin deciding. Now, hear this. A deadline does not create pressure. It creates purpose. It reminds you that every day matters. Every hour matters. Every decision matters. Now, let me ask you something. How many dreams have been postponed simply because no deadline was ever set? Too many. People say, I'll read that book someday. I'll start that business someday. I'll get healthy someday. Someday becomes next year. Next year becomes 5 years. And the dream remains exactly where it started. Don't let that happen to you. Now understand this. A deadline is not your enemy. It is your partner. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you honest. It keeps you moving, even on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. Because discipline always needs direction. Now listen closely. Be realistic, but don't be comfortable. Give yourself enough time to do the work well, but not so much time that you become lazy. There is wisdom in urgency, not panic. Urgency, the quiet understanding that today matters. Now, think about a farmer. He cannot wait forever to plant the seed. There is a season. Miss the season, and you wait another year. Life has seasons too. There is a season to learn, a season to build, a season to act. Don't keep postponing the season that could change your life. Now, hear this carefully. As your deadline approaches, don't become afraid. Become focused. Ask yourself, what must be done today? Not tomorrow. Today, complete today's work. Then repeat it tomorrow. That is how impossible goals become possible. Now remember, the deadline itself will not make you successful. Your daily actions will, but the deadline will remind you to keep taking those actions again and again and again until the work is finished. So stop saying, I'll do it someday. Choose a date. Write it down. Commit to it. Then honor that commitment every single day. Because goals need direction. Dreams need decisions. And success needs a deadline. Set the date. Start today. Stay disciplined. And let every passing day bring you one step closer to the life you promised yourself you would build. Most people believe that achieving a goal will change their life. But life teaches us something different. The real change happens long before the goal is achieved. It happens as you become the person capable of achieving it. Think about that. Success is not just about getting more. It is about becoming more disciplined, more patient, more responsible, more focused. That is where lasting success begins. Now hear this carefully. If your habits remain the same, your future will remain the same. You cannot expect a different life while living the same way. Something must change. And that something is you. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Now think about a tree. The fruit is what everyone notices, but the roots are what make the fruit possible. Your character is your root. Your habits are your root. Your discipline is your root. Strengthen the root, and the fruit will eventually appear. Now listen, don't ask, how can I become successful? Ask, what kind of person must I become to deserve that success? That question will change your life, because every goal has a price, not only in effort, but in growth. If your goal is better health, you must become someone who values discipline. If your goal is financial freedom, you must become someone who manages money wisely. If your goal is leadership, you must become someone people can trust. The goal always demands a better version of you. Now hear this. Many people want extraordinary results, but they keep ordinary habits. That cannot work. Your habits will always determine your future, not your intentions, not your excuses, your habits, every single day. Now think about this. Who are you becoming? By what you do each day? Every book you read is shaping your mind. Every conversation is shaping your thinking. Every decision is shaping your character. Nothing is neutral. Everything is moving you closer to your goals or further away. Now listen closely. Personal growth is not optional. It is necessary, because the person who set the goal may not be the person who achieves it. You must grow. You must learn. You must improve. You must become stronger. That is the journey. Now understand this. Don't become discouraged. When the process feels slow, growth is often invisible, just like a seed growing beneath the soil. You cannot see it, but it is happening. Every disciplined choice is changing you. Every challenge is preparing you. Every setback is teaching you. Trust the process. Now hear this carefully. Stop asking life to become easier. Ask yourself to become better. Better at managing your time. Better at controlling your emotions. Better at keeping your promises. Better at learning from failure. Because when you become better, life responds. Opportunities appear. Confidence grows. Success follows. Now remember, your goal is not waiting for a more fortunate person. It is waiting for a more prepared person. Become that person. Read more. Learn more. Serve more. Practice more. Think better. Choose better. Every single day. Now let me leave you with this thought. The greatest reward for reaching a goal is not the money, not the recognition, not even the achievement itself. The greatest reward is the person you become along the way. A stronger person, a wiser person, a disciplined person, a person who no longer depends on luck, but on character. So keep growing, keep learning, keep changing. Don't just chase your goals. Become the person your goals require. Because when you change, your life changes. And when you become better, success is no longer a matter of if. It becomes a matter of when. Now listen carefully. Achieving one goal is wonderful, but building a life where achieving goals becomes your habit, that is extraordinary. Think about that. Anyone can become successful once. The real challenge is becoming the kind of person who succeeds again and again and again. That is the goal, not one victory, a lifetime of victories. Now hear this carefully. Success is not an event. It is a lifestyle. It is the way you think, the way you work, the way you spend your mornings, the way you respond to challenges, the way you keep your promises, day after day, year after year. That is what creates an exceptional life. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Now think about this. When you brush your teeth, you don't debate it. You simply do it. It has become a habit. Imagine if discipline became that natural. Imagine if learning became that automatic. Imagine if keeping your word became part of your identity. Your life would change forever. Because success would no longer depend on how you feel. It would depend on who you are. Now listen, don't make discipline something you visit. Make it the place you live. Don't let consistency become an occasional guest. Make it a permanent resident. Because what you do occasionally will never change your life. What you do consistently will. Now hear this. Every goal you achieve should prepare you for the next one. Don't stop growing because you reached one milestone. Life always has another mountain, another lesson, another opportunity. Keep climbing, not because you are dissatisfied, but because growth is one of life's greatest rewards. Now let me ask you something. What kind of reputation do you want to build? Do you want people to say, he had great ideas, or he always finished what he started? There is a difference. Ideas inspire. Discipline delivers. Be known as someone who follows through, someone who can be trusted, someone who keeps going long after the excitement has disappeared. Now listen closely. The greatest competition is not with other people. It never has been. It is with the person you were yesterday. Become a little wiser, a little stronger, a little kinder, a little more disciplined every single day. That is enough. Small improvements create remarkable lives. Now understand this. There will still be difficult days. Days when progress feels invisible. Days when you question yourself. Don't panic. Those days are part of the journey. Stay faithful to your habits. Trust your process. Remember, the oak tree doesn't become mighty overnight. It grows season after season, storm after storm, year after year. Your life works the same way. Now hear this carefully. Protect your standards. Never lower them because someone else chose an easier path. Raise your standards. Raise your discipline. Raise your expectations of yourself, not out of pride, but out of purpose. Because your future will always rise to meet your daily standards. Now remember, one goal leads to another. One disciplined day leads to another. One promise kept leads to greater confidence. Eventually, achieving goals stops feeling extraordinary. It becomes normal. It becomes who you are. That is the life you should build. A life where quitting feels unnatural. A life where learning never stops. A life where discipline is your closest friend and excellence is your daily standard. So don't chase success.